Coming up on Mountain News this morning, communities across our region continue to work around the clock to recover after being devastated by flooding in late July. And as the temperatures cool this season, county leaders work to help those who were left without heat after floodwaters tore through their neighborhoods.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning to you, 5:32 on this Thursday morning. Oh man, almost one more day. Well, it is almost Friday, I guess. One more day and it will be. That's how that works out. Let's head over to Letcher County where we find our Brandon Robinson this morning. Brandon, it's all nice and cool here in Hazard, so.
Friday Eve, Dakota.
That's what we call it
here in Letcher County. So exactly. So again, we're taking a look at other parts of Letcher County right now. Pine Mountain there on US 119 behind me on the camera. Not too much going on up there. Maybe just a touch of fog this morning, and some of those lower elevation areas could be seeing that as well. 39 in Jonesville, 37 in Clintwood, still monitoring a couple locations there like Irvin, Manchester, and Middlesboro, all at 40 right now. 50, our warm spot in the region in Jackson right now. So again, it's going to be several degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday morning. I can tell you, I remember yesterday morning I had to get up, cut the heat on because it was a little bit cool in here yesterday morning. So again, 7 degrees warmer this morning in Moorhead and Wise, 5 degrees warmer in Prestonsburg, Pikeville, Jackson, and Richmond, and exactly where it was this time yesterday in Middlesboro. So a chilly morning out there across the board, but a warmer day as we see sunshine mixed with clouds off and on throughout the day, and temperatures topping out in the mid-70s this afternoon. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, the Breathitt County coroner says a body was found on a riverbank on Troublesome Creek on Saturday. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources called the coroner's office to the Clayhole community. The coroner says he does not know if the remains were a man or woman due to decomposition, and the body was sent to the medical examiner's office for identification. Now, 2 women are still missing in Breathitt County after the flooding, but we are unsure if the body found is related. And of course, we will keep you updated once a positive identification is made. The coroner says that he hopes to have an identity by the end of the week. Kentucky State Police troopers are investigating a deadly crash in Floyd County. They say the crash happened on Kentucky 680 in the Langley community just after 4:30 Sunday afternoon. An investigation found 45-year-old Jason Bailey of Langley was driving his 2016 Chevy Silverado when he left the road and hit a guardrail. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. State Police in Rowan County, they need your help finding a wanted man. This is 62-year-old Danny Bowen of West Liberty. He's wanted for sexual abuse. They say the victim was younger than 12 years old. He is facing 7 different counts. KSP says if you know where he is, you to contact the Moorhead Post using the number you see on your screen. An arrest warrant has been issued for a Pulaski County man stemming from an incident in Knott County. Knott County Attorney Tim Bates says Christian Sondheim of Somerset reportedly obtained $4,000 from a Knott County woman who suffered damage to her home in the July flood. He was supposed to perform repair work on the woman's flooded home, but didn't do it. And Bates says he began harassing her on Facebook to obtain even more money. And the Millstone community in Letcher County is slowly recovering from the flooding, but some people have had to tear down their homes and leave, or they are living in campers. Our Olivia Calfee has more on their situation.
McCrae Lane in the Millstone community has a much different look than it did before the flood. A street that used to be filled with homes now has many empty lots.
It's been hard, but God has brought us through it.
Dean McBee and his wife will be able to salvage their home, but his sister who lived next door couldn't, and hoping to rebuild, she tore it down. Currently, they are living in a camper.
You're up early, we go to bed late, and then when I have family comes in to help me, we turn the table. It makes the bed, so we all just pile up in there.
They say it's been hard getting used to, and they know it'll take time getting back to normal.
It's going to take a while. It's going to take a long while. Because my normal routine was play music, go fishing. And I couldn't do none of it well, I can't go fishing because my boat's gone.
But he said a family recently bought him a guitar that he has been playing at church, and slowly some of his neighbors have started coming back.
They're slowly coming back, so we will make it.
And he says for now he will continue working to repair his home so they can pick up where they left off.
I'll stay right here. This is home.
Because they believe Millstone will come back stronger. In Letcher County, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Dean says his sister's supposed to be getting a trailer on her lot in the next month, and they all plan to live there until they finish repairing their house. Well, it could be years before everyone impacted by the July flooding is back into permanent housing. Housing Alliance officials based here in Perry County say dozens of homes still need initial work done in many counties here in eastern Kentucky. Some are about ready to move back into their homes. Others still have a lot of work to do. The Housing Alliance serves Perry, Breathitt, Knott, and Letcher counties. Officials say the process to get everyone back to normal could take 5 to 7 years.
So there are a few houses that need complete muck outs and then a lot that need just a little bit of extra work. There are people living in tents or people in campers and cars.
Officials say more help and funding is arriving all the time, such as from the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky, which provided a gift to fund 16 homes to be built in the hardest hit counties. Well, for any Breathitt Countyans impacted by the flood that are in need of portable heaters this fall and winter, Breathitt County Emergency Management is looking to help. Officials are currently making a list of people who have no source of heat or no electric to submit to the state in order to receive portable heaters. Now, if this applies to you, you can call the Breathitt County Courthouse and give your name, address, contact information, and the reason you are in need of a heater.
It's just amazing. I mean, and it has to happen. I mean, it's been cold here already some nights, but you know, this is something we've been working on for about a week, but you know, it just takes a little bit of time, or seems like it takes more time than it should, but you know, at least it'd be a big help.
Breathitt County Judge Executive Jeff Noble says whether you live in a home, camper, or tent, he encourages you to call the number you see on your screen. We'll also have that number listed on our website at WYMT.com. The fall season brings beautiful scenery, but it also brings an increase in crashes involving deer. With an increase in deer activity from October to December, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is issuing an Antler Alert, a campaign that warns drivers of the risks that come with deer-related crashes.
They can do more damage to your vehicle and then potentially more damage to you if if you have a collision as a result of it. That's why we urge wearing the seat belt. So if you do have to stop suddenly, if there's an impact, you're restrained by that seat belt.
H.B. Elkins with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says it is important to stay alert when driving during dusk and dawn and to pay attention when driving through an area with deer crossing signs. Well, EKU is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with an on-campus street fair. During the last 7 years, with Latinx community has doubled on the Richmond campus. Music and food were the main attraction, but Chad Hedrick and photojournalist Danielle Crenshaw were able to ask students and faculty about a topic that some say is complex with no clear solution: immigration.
The Latinx Street Fair started with a demonstration on campus. Marchers chanting "Drop seeds, not trees," highlighting the protection of the Amazon rainforest.
Hola, mi nombre es Abraham Martínez Bartolo.
Hola, mi nombre es José Juan Gómez Becerra.
Representation from Panama,
I'm Panamanian and American,
Puerto Rico, Cuba, and other Latin American countries were on hand. It was an education in representation.
It shows people what can our culture bring to, you know, this country.
And of course, the food was on full display.
This is the 12th year that we have done it consistently, and every year seems to be growing even more.
Growing even more is an understatement. The campus reports over the last 8 years, Latinx students have doubled in population, making up 4% of the campus community. Some of these students are first-generation Americans. We asked their thoughts on the immigration issue at the southern border.
I like to view it in a positive aspect in that they believe that America is a good country where they can raise their children.
Because not everybody are willing to leave their country, the place where they were born, the place where they were born and raised, and go to another country where in reality they have no idea what's going to happen here.
3 out of every 4 Latinas are born in the United States. So the immigration is really a very small fraction of what makes Latinos and Latinas.
A U.S. government report shows Hispanics are the largest minority group in the country, increasing representation in higher ed and small business.
So the place of Latinos and Latinas is beyond the farms, and beyond this idea of being all immigrants.
In Richmond, Chad Hedrick, WKYT.
Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated between September 15th through October 15th. That's the time period where several Latin American countries gained their independence. Well, just ahead this morning, a famous band puts a pause on tour to let a bandmate get some much-needed rest as he deals with a serious illness.
And the forecast continues to stay fairly quiet for now. We are tracking a few little developments in the tropics. I have more on that in about 3 minutes.